Good Friday evening, everyone. It's going to be an Arctic blast here, so they say this weekend. So I've gone ahead and ordered a CCNA study guides, well, it's Volume 1 and Volume 2, and get an idea of the CCNA course and what's involved. I'm enrolled on a Udemy course for CCNA under the same instructor that does this course on YouTube. I also have that on there. But I want to get an idea with the two between this one and the Network Plus and see which one is more compatible, which one is more hands-on. I think the CCNA is hands-on, but I don't want to give up on the Network Plus. I want to get with this here. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing here with the network, or this is the CCNA course. They're kind of similar. The CCNA is supposed to be a little harder, but it's a little more recognized. I've mentioned this in an earlier video, that the CCNA is a little more recognized. It's a little more expensive, I believe, and a little more in-depth, but it's more specific. It's mainly for Cisco routers and switches, but I think it's more involved as far as hands-on and what exactly you'll be doing for in the field with these routers and stuff like that. This is inside of a data center here with these routers.
So if you want to learn anything about networking, so you want to become a network engineer, or perhaps you want to become an ethical hacker, you need to have a solid foundation in networking, and the best way to do that is to get a CCNA. And that's one of the reasons that I'm giving away my CCNA course on YouTube. I want to help more of you change your lives like I changed my life many, many years ago. This course contains the videos that you need to learn the technologies that are covered in the Cisco CCNA exam, but it also contains labs. Packet tracer labs, including packet tracer assessment labs, where I'm going to assess your knowledge and make sure that you know what you think you know. I'm going to make sure that you actually understand the technology by testing and verifying your knowledge. It also contains quiz questions. Make sure that you can answer the quiz questions. Make sure that you can get through the packet tracer labs before you go and take the real exam.
So let's take a look at some exam objectives here that they mentioned for the Cisco. There's only 4 pages of what exactly they want to know on the exam here. Let's break it down a little bit in slow motion to see what's on here. It tells you over here 20%, 10% of what they want on here. It's basically like the Network Plus. I mean, you're going to be doing TCP, UDP stuff. It's all network configuration and stuff. Anycast, multicast, there's broadcast, not mentioned on there, but similar thing, SSIDs, RF, encryption, stuff like that, MAC filtering and stuff, IP addressing stuff, frames, default VLANs, a lot of VLAN stuff, a lot of port stuff. Let's just go down and see what we got here on this. A lot of this stuff, routing, switches, and stuff like that. But I think a lot of this with the CCNA, I think the problem with the Network Plus is it's a lot of outdated information and a lot of outdated material and a lot of outdated equipment on that, whereas the CCNA is more updated and going through with what you have to know all this stuff here. As you can see, routers and stuff like that, switches. See, the CCNA is different, or the Network Plus is different, because they mention a lot of outdated stuff. I don't see a lot of cabling on this. I don't see a lot of stuff that I see in the Network Plus as far as that. This is probably pretty intense. I'm going to click on here, and this is what the Network Plus entails. Get the cursor out of the way on here. These are the notes that I got over last couple days, study notes. See all this here, but the big thing up here is, let's go back for up here where it mentions all this, the cabling, network connectors, cable management. I mean, I'm sure you got to know that for CCNA and stuff, but it mentions a lot of topology stuff that's outdated in the Network Plus. System configurations, it's outdated. They mention hubs that are outdated. They mention a lot of stuff has been coincided into one thing too, where you have routers inside switches and hubs inside of switches and routers and stuff like that. But here's what goes down here. This is what is covered in the Network Plus. Section 1 is 24% breakdown for the exam. 19% on there is going to be network security. 22% of the exam is going to be troubleshooting, and so on down the line of what's going to be on the exam. As you can see, just wanted to do a quick video on this. So tonight I'm going to try to spend a late night going over and watching some of those videos on the CCNA and making comparison. I have a study guide tomorrow where it's it's a library supposedly. It's 2 books, volume 1 and volume 2 for the CCNA, and it goes through a lot of stuff on that, and we'll see how that goes there.